I don't think depressed people are stupid people. I don't think they're people who just don't know how to get it together. I think they're people who, through trauma growing up or through heavy stresses in their lives, their brains don't function 100% perfectly. Um, it becomes I'm just talking about the brain not functioning 100%, not producing the chemicals, the neurotransmitters that regulate mood. A really good person to listen to or read is Dr. Daniel Amen. He's done brain scans of people who are depressed. He's done over 50,000 over people who have normal brains, people who don't, and the effects of antidepressants on people who are depressed. All it is the brain just isn't producing enough dopamine, serotonin, or norepinephrine to regulate your moods. So just sitting around being a normal person, you just feel really down and depressed, and it's not your fault. It could be because you had head trauma in a car accident or in sports or in a fight. Um, your brain is very uh, sensitive, and it's the consistency of butter, and any kind of blow to the head can damage it, can cause long-term damage. Um, Me personally, I was living in Korea. I was on a mission. I'm Mormon. I was on a mission there, and it was either encephalitis or meningitis. I never really found out exactly what happened, but it did enough damage to my brain that it caused me to be bipolar and have treatment-resistant depression and major depression, to where I was just super irritable all the time, really angry, super depressed, just didn't even want to move, didn't want to get out of bed. Um, but just people just need to understand that it's just a physical illness. It's a physical. Your brain is a physical organ, and it's not working 100% in everybody. So there's going to be problems. For instance, the reason people are schizophrenic is because they produce too much of your mood chemicals. I think it's too much of dopamine. It could be too much of norepinephrine too, so that it affects your visual and auditory parts of your brain. So you think you're hearing things or seeing things, and that would just be really scary to me. I hope that never happens to me. I mean, I think that the older I get, that the worse my symptoms we get, and so I'm kind of scared to get older. But depressed people aren't evil. They're not weak. People who have mental illness, they just have problems in certain parts of their brain, and you could even have, you know, too much um, too much excitation. A certain part of your brain could be too excited too much of the time, which could cause you to be impulsive or angry. You could have a brain cyst. People have brain cysts, and those crowd out the brain and push on the brain and cause horrible problems. Some people have really big brain cysts. And so if you're not depressed and you are very successful and you're able to do whatever you want, just, you know, be grateful that your brain works and that your moods are regulated very well by your brain. And just feel sorry for people who don't have their mood chemicals functioning properly. Um, but that's what the drugs are for. The drugs, um, they increase the level of the the mood regulating drugs, or mood regulating chemicals or neurotransmitters. It's kind of weird to think that. It's kind of weird to think that if you don't have a certain amount of chemicals in your brain, you can't be in a good mood, no matter what you do. But that's the way the life is. That's the way, you could be a person that's doing so much good and helping people and doing so much good in your life, but if you don't have those chemicals, you're gonna feel sad, and that's sad. And there can be people that they have a lot of those chemicals and they feel really good, but they do really bad things in life. But since they have a lot of those chemicals, they don't feel as bad as they could. But anyway, I don't know if that makes any sense, but um, if you are depressed, uh, if you do have uncontrollable anger, um, realize that you could have a brain dysfunction and that you might need medication. It's just like if your blood sugar levels are crazy, you need to take medication for diabetes. If your eyes aren't working perfectly, you need glasses. It's on and on. If your brain's not working properly, you need medication. And we're very blessed in this time of the world to have medication to increase those chemicals, to bring them to the right levels. You can overproduce the levels, and that can be bad. So anyway, everybody have a good time.